just have to talk about TJ and Kimberly. I mean, like, we really have not been watching 98 the other way like that. I did binge watch some of it, so we have not been reviewing it, but I just want to come out here and talk about TJ and Kimberly. Like, really. It's too much now. It passed mock. It done passed the mock, like, several episodes ago. But this one was really just insane. Like, she looked, I don't want to say like a demon, but a little bit like a demon. I mean, the way she looked at him up and down was like,
she was spoiling for a fight, wasn't she?
Like, I was scared, and I'm here in Tanzania. Like, I am miles away from this woman, but I was scared. In my room.
Well, you know something? We're a little closer to India than you would have been if you were in the U.S.
Hey, that doesn't make me feel comfortable, though. But let's talk about this woman, let's talk about teeth. It's Maryam. And we invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below. Do not forget to subscribe to our Patreon, you guys, because someone has to say it. Kimberly is just emotionally abusive. She thinks she's like wife material. Like, these are the type of women.
She also verbally abusive.
Yeah, very much so. Like, I feel like these are the type of women who should not be getting married. Really? Like, at all. Like, emotionally unstable, completely unhinged, cannot control her mouth in an argument, and that has this serious sense of entitlement. I remember this man he basically put himself into 7 years of debt just trying to get the apartment together. She comes in first day in India. She has finally moved there. It's her first day, and all she's doing is complaining about the apartment. I want a bathroom with doors. Like, yelling, cussing him out, called him the D word, like called him every name of the book, like was yelling at him in front of his family and all this stuff. And now we see her again cussing him out. I don't call you a booby baby. I don't call you the D word. I don't call you a-hole. You have called me that. Just because you have not called me that for 2 days, you don't get a damn cookie for that.
Here's your cookie.
I don't like it. Like, I mean, all of that is just ridiculous. Like, this woman is insane. Like, actually insane. And my thing is, at first I was kind of like, when I was just getting to the show, I think I had started like at episode 10 or whatever, and I felt like, oh, this woman, look at her, she is embracing the Indian culture, she's moving in with her family, she's going to take on the daughter-in-law roles. Look at her praying to Ganesh, and look at her, I don't know if that's the right word, how to say the god's name, so I apologize for any mispronunciation, but I was just like, wow, look at this woman. She is really doing the thing.
She's customs and all that.
Yeah.
He probably was so happy too, and
just
proud,
you know,
that she was actually going to come and be this wife in this house.
Just for her to now come and basically say she hates India, she would not be here if she had it her way, and then every time you see her, she's like complaining or whatever.
She's so lonely.
She's so lonely and
all
all
this
this stuff.
and hang with your in-laws.
Yeah, like
but they are looking at her, she says.
They're looking at her and they're not saying anything to her and all this stuff.
Why can't you say something?
Right, and my thing is, how do you say something to someone who is emotionally like unstable?
And aren't you supposed to be cooking and cleaning for the family? Why are you upset? Are you supposed to be downstairs cooking and cleaning? Like, that's what the daughter-in-law is supposed to do.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do. Even if they're not talking to you, they're not there to talk to you. Why don't you, maybe after you've cooked and cleaned, then they'll have something to say, but these are your duties as a daughter-in-law.
And my thing is, I felt like her saying that he's a booby baby, or that she said he was a tea baby or whatever. I just felt like that was so wrong. I feel like, one, she definitely does not understand the culture. But my thing is, it's only in America that family is not number one. Right. It's only in America that family is not number one. You go anywhere else in the world, they're very family oriented. Like, family kind of comes before your own happiness. So you kind of have this sense of community and respect for people, which is more important, you know, in these other countries. And I feel like he says that, like, even the brother said that, you know, we have chose to live this way because it is better for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we put our own personal feelings to the side. Because this is how families and marriages have been able to last longer through the community, which I think is admirable.
Because you are helping each other out up here. And I was like, no.
Yeah, but I think that at this point, they really just need to be separated because this is just verbal, emotional, and mental abuse.
I mean, I feel like, he's trying to be patient with her. And hopefully she will realize that I don't want to be, separated from him.
I just thought it was kind of insane. He was like,
She
you can't go back to.
She hasn't learned how to communicate in a respectful way.
She's just abusive.
Something that she has to learn.
My thing is, it doesn't take a rocket science to know that you should not insult your husband and be verbally abusive. Like, you can just be a decent human being to the person you love.
And the mother now is like, go back to America, it's enough. We have had enough of her. Let her go. She wants to go to US, let her go. He said, Mommy, she yelling at you, get at me.
Mommy, she making my life hell. I thought it was so hilarious as he ran down the staircase to his mom.
She can hear from downstairs. She can hear. She and her husband.
And then,
they can hear it all.
I just thought that was so crazy that she threw her head back. Ah! Shut up! I was just like I just clutched my chest.
And you're not supposed
to
do that. It's certainly not.
Not
it's
in
so disrespectful to him and his family.
And then my thing is that you want to calmly say, you've already ruined our marriage. I hate you.
I go back.
I have to wonder what her childhood was like. Who enabled her?
I don't have sympathy.
For who?
For any of the foreigners who go and find themselves someone from America or from Europe. I have zero sympathy for them. You know why? There's an Indian girl, an Indian woman, right there in India that you could have married. She will have fallen right in line, will know exactly what to do,
how to act,
and you will not be having this headache. But you turn your nose up at your own women, and you go and you find a foreign woman from somewhere else, and then you want to complain. You're complaining for what?
It's not you didn't know
You're the one who went to seek her out, or she sought you out, but she surely answers. But then you marry her, and you don't go and start, make your own life. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna marry a foreigner, why don't you all decide to make your own life with your own rules, minus different cultures. Just go make your own life somewhere. But no. You want to marry a foreigner, you want her, bring her to India, put her in the house, in the Indian house, and you want her to act like an Indian, but not to be an Indian. And then you want to get upset. Are you looking for sympathy from who? Hey, let me tell you something. I have children. When they go out and they go and do whatever it is they do and get whoever they want to go get, please don't come and start complaining. You understand? Don't come and start complaining though, because last time I checked, there was a lot of men and women out here in America. Right here in America, a lot of men and women. If you go find somebody, and now you want to complain, don't look my way, oh. Because right now, you guys are used to the American way. If you go find a foreigner. Even though I am a foreigner. And you go find a foreigner, you bring them to America, and now you start getting trouble and problems. Don't look my way for sympathy. Because who sent you there? Who sent you there? And then all of a sudden you're in their country. And they're acting the plumb fool. Because now they're in their country. They can act the plumb fool. Let me show you how we do things here in Nigeria. Or let me show you how we do things here in Sierra Leone. Or let me show you how we do things here in Jordan. Or let me show you how we do things here in Ukraine. or some nonsense. Hey! Who sent you? Who sent you there? Don't look my way to come and help you. Don't look my way because last time I checked, there were about over 300 million Americans in America. Surely you could have found one of them. Surely you could have found an American man or an American woman. Don't come over and say, hey, this man, this Indian man, mommy. I don't know. Every day he comes, he wants to, don't even come to me with that.
So we have no sympathy for TJ, huh?
I don't, you listen. You know, this Indian culture, it's a deep culture.
Very deep, very deep.
Let me tell you. And they have their own religion. Okay? Their whole thing is a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
And all the stuff they do is a way of life. Why any Indian person will go and find somebody else? It just blows my mind. Especially the men.
Yeah. There's so much responsibility on them, for sure.
It's so much responsibility on them. Anytime an Indian man goes and marries a foreign woman, I think that man is lazy. He don't want no responsibility. That's why he won't get a foreign woman.
It's just like Jenny and Submit. He didn't want that responsibility.
Submit doesn't even want kids.
No!
Yeah, I mean, he's like, thank God.
He got an older woman from America.
Submit said, thank God I have an older brother. At least he gets to do the duty. He has gotten married, he has had children. Thank God I was not an only child.
I remember Rishi and Jen. Remember that
Rishi
fool?
was an
the
only child
and didn't want the responsibility.
And he didn't want responsibility.
At all.
At all. Once I got married to a woman who probably don't want kids.
Well, he's engaged now.
Care.
You don't even know who he's marrying now. I probably went from Jen to somebody else.
Let me tell you, me, I don't have sympathy. I don't have sympathy. When I see these Indian people and they go and they want to go get somebody else who's not Indian, and then they want to come and complain on 90-day fiancé, please go forward. And then let me not even talk about the Muslims. You see, Islam is a total way of life,
For sure, absolutely.
especially if you are actually following all the tenets of Islam.
Yeah.
And if you are living in some of those countries, the whole thing is a way of life. You go and you marry someone who's not Muslim. Hey, that is something, It's something. When you come and you say, hey, I want to pray 4 o'clock in the morning, the person says, what are you getting up for? I need to sleep. Hey, noontime come, I need to go wash, I have to come pray.
Again.
They start looking at you funny, then they become rebellious. Because they start saying, oh you think you're more holy than me. Then it's a whole rebellion.
Don't forget the other prayer at 2, and then the one that you have to have before dinner, then the one after dinner.
Yeah.
Before you go to
all
sleep.
of those things.
Oh
and
my
then,
God.
How about the one before the morning prayer? Before the 5-something prayer, that's one at 2 or 3.
Let's not forget it's sticker up prayer when you're going through something and you really need God. So
Yes.
that's what the
Yes.
6th prayer. Hey, wow.
And then the fasting.
And then oh my God, the fasting during Ramadan.
And then all of these things are beautiful things that we like to do. And I mean, you guys saw during Ramadan we were barely here, right?
Yeah.
You saw us, right? Like.
And then
And
also
then you
going to
go-
Juma every Friday. And you have someone who's not
This
Muslim.
is for someone who is
Islam is not
we
for the
don't-
weak.
We don't go to Juma every Friday. But there's some, I have a lot of friends who
go
they don't
religiously.
They don't miss.
They don't miss.
They don't miss. I mean, they're regular folks. There are regular folks out there. But they don't miss them. They don't miss. Listen, let me tell you, I worked as a nurse, right? And I had Muslims at my job. They worked in a different department, okay? But they saw me one day, and I don't go for Friday prayers often, but they saw me one day on my lunch break. Actually, it wasn't my lunch break. I wasn't going on my lunch break. I was going on my day off. Like if I took a Friday off or something, I'll go. So they see me there. Hey, after that, every Friday, they will come and pick me up. What are you picking me up for? Oh, lunchtime. Let's hurry up quick. Go for Juma prayer and come back before lunch is over. I'm like, but I wanted to sit in my car and read my romance novel. That's what I'm thinking. But they were like die-hard Juma prayer going during lunch break on Friday. And then you have all of that. Now you marry somebody who is not Muslim like yourself. And you have this whole way of life that they are not a part of. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for those Muslim men. It's always the men. They don't want the responsibility. You see, they don't want to really be doing all the stuff they're supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? They probably want to be drinking and doing their little smoking on the side and whatever else nefarious stuff they want to do on the side. Hello. So they go get married to someone who don't know the faith. Keep her out of the mosque. They say they're going there. But since you don't go to the mosque with them, you don't know where the hell they go.
But I remember that guy. Who was that guy?
And then you want to
Muhammad and that Caucasian woman who had the little short bob or whatever.
Yes.
Like he was putting all of his Islamic stipulations on her. Like some of them weren't even Islam.
Then
right?
you want her wrapped up. You didn't meet her like that, so you DM'd her when you saw her in her bikini.
Yes.
In her bikini. Now you want her to wear a whole burqa in the pool.
I know. And then you're there, and then right after prayer, I think it was either before or after prayer, but you cuss her out after the prayer. Yes. And then you go and you light your cigarette,
yeah.
And
then you want to come and say assalamu alaikum. Which means you're giving someone the peace of God, greeting them with the peace of God. There was no peace of God when you were cursing her out, calling her every name in the book.
You didn't even think about that after you had just prayed. You lighted your cigarette, then you cussed her out on the balcony for not wearing what she needs to be wearing. Yes. But you found her in a bikini. Why did you go find a woman like that? And just to change
her. What were you doing on the site?
And then my thing is...
Why were you looking at women in bikinis for? Is that Islam? You see what I'm saying? I'm saying? I see. Titi. So I have Zigo. Zigo. When you say Zigo, I have Zigo. Sympathy for people like that.
Anyway.
When you know you have a way of life, and I am sure some of you, please get down in the comments. Talk about some of your own traditions and religions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can, listen, you're allowed to put it down and say, hey, look, I am such and such, and I can't see myself married to anybody who ain't such and such. Like, get down in there. Let us see some of these comments. Because yes, I don't have sympathy. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's Mary.
That's what's going on now with TJ.
But Kimberly,
the woman screaming and telling you in India as loud as she can, shut up. In your father's house.
Well, mother's house. I don't know where the father is. But hot mess. But Kimberly is mentally unstable and actually needs help, not marriage. But it's married. Wait, but y'all to like,
subscribe,
comment down below. Bye.